This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Tips from the Lehigh Valley Health Network to stay healthy during flu season are coming up. Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Ken Kara and here's today's information. A lot of people love the fall, but I doubt anyone loves flu season. According to an article I read on the Lehigh Valley Health Network's website, now is likely the best time to get your flu shot. Here's our Lisa Sugart with more on how you can be prepared this year.
We have already been dealing with a pandemic, and now we're entering flu season. So what happens when the two mix? We'd like to get some important answers from Dr. Jody Lenko, who is the Vice Chair for the Department of Medicine for Lehigh Valley Hospital in Hazleton. Dr. Lenko, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's pleasure is mine.
Now, how do we start with this? How are you concerned that people will be more concerned over the pandemic that we've been dealing with, that they'll kind of forget about flu season this year? What do you think?
Well, we certainly hope not. And we've been pretty aggressive in our office in terms of making sure that everyone is aware of the flu, aware of that this is the time of year to get your flu vaccine. So we've been vigorously giving our patients in my office and in our health network the flu vaccine starting in October. So now more than ever, it's important to be aware because as we know, flu and COVID symptoms can overlap and are very similar. So this is a very important time to think about getting your flu vaccine now, even though it is a little bit early for the flu season.
You said that those symptoms kind of overlap. So tell us, what mainly are the differences and what are the similarities between the flu and COVID?
So yeah, it is very tricky to kind of sort out what is what because both viruses are almost, they can be almost identical. They both cause fever, aches, fatigue, muscle aches, headache, and cough. Those are the main symptoms of both of them. In general, sometimes it's hard to tell, but sometimes the flu starts with a cough a little bit earlier. Sometimes COVID starts with the fever and the aches earlier, but again, it's very difficult to tell. So we always ask that if you're at all concerned about either one of those, that you contact your healthcare provider right away.
Who should be receiving the flu shot this year?
Sure. So anybody over the age of 6 months, we recommend that anybody get the flu vaccine this year. And it's especially important for our older population, specifically over 65, and also anybody with chronic health conditions like diabetes or heart problems or cancer. And specifically for our older population, there is a special dose of the vaccine that we call the flu-ad vaccine. That is a higher dose vaccine that is specifically designed for our older population over 65. So we do highly recommend that special vaccine for that population.
We've all heard that some people say, I got the flu shot and then I got the flu. So some people kind of tie it together. But if you do get the flu shot and get the flu, is it that you get a milder version because you've been vaccinated?
So yeah, most people that say they got the flu shot and shortly after they got sick is either coincidence or the fact that some people develop a syndrome, like a mild flu-like symptoms after they get the flu shot. And that is simply your body's making its own immunity. So that's actually somewhat of a good sign if you do feel a little tired, run down, maybe even a low-grade fever after you receive your flu vaccine. It's not the true flu. The flu shot cannot give you the flu. But like you said, there is a chance that the flu vaccine is not going to be effective. But what we've found, and this is research has been shown this over and over again, if you do get the flu vaccine and you happen to catch the flu, you will get a much milder case of the flu and you are less likely to die from the flu because you had your flu vaccine. So I think that's important to note.
Great advice. I hope you have a mild cold and COVID season this year and that we get all through this safely.
Thank you. You as well.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Workforce Resources Inc. of Hazleton, in business since 2013, located in West Hazleton. If you're looking for a job, call them at 570-454-8810 and find out how you can apply for specific jobs, including skilled positions and warehousing. Full-time and part-time opportunities are available.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low of 56 degrees. Thursday, there's patchy fog before 10 a.m., otherwise partly sunny with a high of 70. Mostly cloudy on Thursday night with a low of 55 degrees. Friday's partly sunny with a high of 66. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 53. Saturday, a 30% chance of showers before 2 p.m., partly sunny with a high of 64. At night, partly cloudy with a low of 39. Sunday is partly sunny with a high of 52, and then Sunday night, a 30% chance of showers after 8 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low of 43 degrees. Now it's time for the SSPTV Standard Speaker Scoreboard. Hazleton Area High School senior golfer Isabel Ritz finished off her high school career at the PIAA Individual State Championships. Ritz placed 24th at the AAA Championships. This was her third trip to the state championships, and she tells Marty Myers in the Standard Speaker, quote, "I was here with my team the first two. I think that this year really solidified it because I got here on my own merits," unquote. Hazleton head coach Joe Boretsky says Ritz leaves as the most decorated golfer in school history. In some Tuesday night football action, Shenandoah Valley beat Columbia Montour Votech. It's a big victory for the program, according to EasternPAFootball.com. This is the Blue Devils' first win since 2017. Hazleton area beat Crestwood in field hockey. The Lady Cougars' goal was scored by Gabby Cavanis off of a penalty corner by Amelia Breadbenner. In boys soccer, Hazleton area shut out Berwick. Gavin Huey, Ben Schneider, Raul Lara, Joseph Rosario, and Cameron Gregory scored for the Big HA. William Smith had 4 saves in goal for the Cougars. Coming up next, we get a little spooky with Halloween coming up. We have a segment about a horror movie that was filmed in our area. And in sports, find out about a Tamaqua girl soccer player that made history on the football team. And in the SSPTV Spotlight, it's an episode of Out of Left Field that featured Los Angeles Angels manager Joe Madden talking about the pandemic.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. On behalf of the Hazleton Area Public Library Board of Trustees, you are invited to attend a virtual information meeting concerning the former St. Paul's Methodist Church and Rectory on Green Street in downtown Hazleton. The meeting will take place over Zoom on Thursday, October 22nd at 3 p.m. Please contact Michelle at the number email on your screen to request a meeting link. Mayor Jeff Cassat has announced a paper shredding event on Thursday, October 22nd at City View Park from 2 until 5 p.m. For more information, you can call 570-459-4910. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Marie Josephine Irvin, age 92, of Freeland. Mass will be Thursday at 10:30 a.m. at Our Lady of Immaculate Conception Parish at St. Anne's Church. Friends may call Thursday from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. at the church. The Butler Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Michael D. Marsicano of Hazel Township. Mass will be Thursday at 10:30 a.m. at Good Shepherd Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call Thursday from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. at the church. The Butler Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Erica Zulik Lawson, age 45, of Hazleton, who passed away on October 5th. Services will be private. Today's social and obituary report is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. Call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.